The Strike Pack FPS Dominator pack by Collective Mind is a controller adapter that gives you 2 paddles and a great number of mods. If you've been wanting a Scuf controller but can't afford one, this may be what you're looking for. I'll begin with an overview of the Strike Pack, then I'll talk about why you may want one and finish off with what I like and don't like about the Strike Pack. Inside the box, you get the Strike Pack, a 10-foot micro USB cable, and some paperwork. The setup is also easy and straightforward. You connect this to the USB in your controller and pull this lab over the PlayStation button to fully attach it. Then connect this with the included USB, which fits perfectly in this slot of the Strike Pack. It's important to note that to be able to use the paddles, the controller has to be wired at all times. To set up the paddles to the buttons you want, press the square button on the Strike Pack to the corresponding paddle and then press the button you want to assign to that paddle. That easy. Now, if you want to use the mods of the Strike Pack, you have to press a series of buttons. I'm not going to go into too much detail because there's so many mods. Just refer to the manual. Lastly, the paddles are magnetic and removable. Now for why you may want one. Like I said before, if you've been wanting a Scuf controller but it's out of your budget, or if you want the pro controllers like the Razer Raiju or the Nacon Revolution, which as of the writing of this video are only available on the European market, this is a great alternative to both of them. Also, like the name suggests, this is primarily targeted to FPS players. The main reason for this is because when you play, you have to constantly take off your thumb off of the right analog stick, which to most is used to aim. You take it off if you want to jump, reload, crouch, among other things. The Strike Pack allows you to keep aiming while doing these things. Personally, I like to set up the right paddle to the X button to jump and the left to the square button as it allows me to reload. A good example of the Strike Pack being very useful is in Trials of Osiris in Destiny, as it allows me to revive my teammate, aim, shoot, and quickly jump out of harm's way if needed, all in rapid succession. Lastly, it has different mods. There are so many mods, so I'm not going to mention all of them, but here are a few. So as you can see, this is a very powerful device. Is it cheating to use the mods? Well, yeah, as you're basically turn on God mode as long as you have decent aim. I wouldn't use the mods too much though, as it may get you reported for cheating. I personally don't use the mods. Now for what I like about the Strike Pack. What I like the most is how much it can improve your gameplay. Like I said before, in Trials of Osiris, being able to revive, aim, shoot all at the same time is something very powerful. It'll allow you to pull out some clutch moments. Also, I love just how easy it is to remap the paddles and being able to do it on the fly. You don't need to connect it to a PC or anything to remap the paddles. Also, being able to easily remove the paddles is a nice touch. Lastly, I like how you don't lose the headphone jack, so you can still use the same headset, earbuds, or whatever you use for chat. Not to what I didn't like. My biggest complaint is how far the paddles are. I have Donald Trump hands and my fingers don't naturally rest that far back. I've had to do some finger yoga to be able to reach that far back, which at first made using the Strike Pack very uncomfortable. I got used to it after a while, but at first it was very uncomfortable. Lastly, the Strike Pack is made of plastic and feels kind of cheap. I've never actually recommended something in my channel, but I'm going to give this my seal of approval. I've enjoyed using the Strike Pack quite a bit. It brings a lot of really good features at a fairly good price. Before I sign off, I just want to say that I've never owned a Scuf controller, but if you guys would like to see a comparison, let me know. If enough people comment or tweet at me, I will go ahead and buy a Scuf controller to do a comparison. And if I get even more people asking, then I will also buy the Xbox One Elite controller, as I also own an Xbox. I would say that I could also get the Razer Raiju and Nacon Revolution, but like I said, they are currently only available in the European markets. Anyways, what do you guys think of the Strike Pack? Do you think it'll improve your skill? Let me know in the comments. If there's a particular tech product you would like me to review, let me know in the comments or ask me on Twitter. Like the video if you like my review, subscribe for additional tech videos. Adios!